Sampha has worked with some of hip-hop's biggest artists, including Drake, Travis Scott, and Kendrick Lamar. But why do they all love his music so much? First, let's take a listen to Too Much by Drake.
Done saying I'm done playing. Last time is on the outro.
For this song, 40 sampled Sampha's Too Much. There are really just two main elements, the piano and the vocals. He often plays melodic and emotional chord progressions, something like this. To really get close to Sampha's sound, you need to recreate the rawness his music brings. Recording a live piano captures the ambience of the room, so to achieve something similar, I added a vinyl crackle and some white noise. I also processed the piano with a compressor and flanger. Next, we have the vocals. Obviously, there's no recreating Sampha's unique voice, but we can definitely get the same vibe. First, I found these vocals from my upcoming kit. They sound too present and don't match the sound of the piano, so I did a room reverb and EQ to achieve a more acoustic sound. In the Drake song, you can hear some more high-pitched vocals behind the main ones, so I chopped up a different loop, added some reverb and delay to make it sound more ambient, and it sounds like this. For the final element of the sample, we have a snap. This side of Sampha's music is all about conveying emotion in the simplest way possible. Make sure you're picky with your chord progression and sound selection until it sounds exactly how you want it to. If you're someone that struggles with making fire chord progressions, then I have the perfect free tool for you. Skillshare are giving the first 500 people who use my link in the description a free 30-day trial to access any course on their site. Whether you want to learn piano, guitar, or just music theory in general, this can take your beats to the next level. I've taken the R&B neo-soul acoustic guitar course by the bearded guitarist to learn new chords that I can use in my production, and that's such a valuable tool. On top of that, Skillshare can help you turn making beats from a hobby into your career. For example, you could take the Building Your Dream Business course by Isis Brianna that will help you build your online presence. Or use this email marketing learning path that has a collection of courses to help you promote any products you sell online, like kits and sample packs. Skillshare classes are led by industry pros that know exactly what they're doing, so you're in safe hands. If you want to try Skillshare, then hit the link in the description and the first 500 people will get access to the free 30-day trial. Let's get back into the video. Now let's see how 40 turned this sample into a crazy beat. As you can hear, when the drums come in, the sample loops one section over and over again. So for our sample, I grabbed one section of the vocals and looped it in an almost percussive way, giving the beat some bounce before we even start the drums. After that, 40 did his usual trick of lowering the sample rate to take out all the highs, but there's one slight twist on this beat. He actually automated it so the highs come back in at the end of the loop. I started the drums by layering two snares. Then we have a hi-hat and two open hats. To back up the bounce, I laid a tambourine loop underneath. And to finish it all off, we have a kick and subby 808. Now we've looked at how Sampha was sampled into a beat, let's see what drew all these artists to his music in the first place. Take a listen to Spirit 2.0. As well as using many acoustic instruments like the piano, Sampha likes to use synths as well. To start this beat off, we have some chords played by an ambient synth pad inspired by What Shouldn't I Be? On top of that, Sampha likes to use plucky synth sounds to create contrast. You can hear this on many songs, including Plastic 100 Degrees C. It adds so much texture, but more importantly, bounce. After that, I built on the texture by adding another synth layer. Again, the sound has a rhythmic purpose as well as a melodic one. Next, I added in a couple of acoustic elements. First, let's listen to them dry. Sampha mentioned in an interview how he loves sound design and pushing sounds to do things that aren't humanly possible, so I kept that in mind while processing these elements. First, I added a heavy reverb and sidechain to the guitar, making it sound more like a pad, and then I added a glitchy shaperbox preset to the piano, making it sound robotic while still letting the listener know that it is a piano. Finally, we have the vocals. Sampha has mentioned that sometimes he says so much with his production that he finds it hard to write lyrics. He's constantly adding layers and textures, even using vocals as part of the beat. Listen to Blood on Me. These vocal chops come in and out of the beat, again adding rhythm without using drums. To make something similar, I found a splice loop and chopped it to fit. I also added these ambient vocals underneath. Next, let's uncover some of Sampha's drum secrets. First, I added a snare. Notice how I added some rolls and changed the pitch of them. You can hear something similar to this on reverse faults. Next, we have the hi-hats. In Spirit 2.0, the hats match the rhythm of the pluck, so I did the same on our beat. We have so much bounce already that the kick only hits on the 1. And to finish it all off, there's a synth bass and 808. On one hand, Sampha uses precise technical methods and lots of layering to create his music. However, in other situations, his production is stripped back and minimal. What's common in both is the way he conveys emotion with his melodies and sound selection. That raw feeling has caught the attention of some of the biggest artists in the world. Keep that in mind the next time you make a beat.